Good. Hey.
Yo,
How are you guys doing?
good. How you been?
Dude, I'm doing good. I'm stoked to catch up with you guys, and feels like just yesterday you guys were on. I actually had to go back and look at when that was, but I'm doing good. Stoked to chat with you guys tonight.
Hell yeah.
Same, man.
But yeah, so if you guys have your beers ready, I'll do a little countdown. We'll crack our beers and just have a good time.
Hell yeah.
All right, in three, two, one. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. Very stoked to have this band back on the podcast. It's been a couple years since we last sat down. Their episode came out back in August 18th of 2023. So it's been a hot minute, but welcome back to Display Case. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Hell yeah. I mean, like I said, it's been like 2 years almost since you guys were on. That episode was like 148. So if anyone is curious as to more backstory or lore of the band, go definitely check out that episode. We kind of did a deep dive on that one as to the history of the band. But since the last time you guys have been on, because I think I can't remember what single we were talking about. Actually, I should know. I have it in my notes here because I
I looked it up. It
pulled up the same
was, I
notes.
think it was Secret Trouble. Is that what
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
Secret
yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that episode is when the Last Generation EP dropped in like
Yep.
October. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so it's been a while. I went back and listened to all those songs today to kind of get like reinvested in you guys and get back in the display case mode. Um, which for people listening, if you haven't checked out that EP, please be sure and do so. Um, but I mean, you guys have thankfully not been too quiet over the last like couple years because obviously the Last Generation came out, and then you have a few reimagined like acoustic singles that came out, and then obviously the newer singles in 2024, I Am, and then your latest single which came out in June, which the Hot Club Dance Mix Volume 7, which I gotta admit when I pulled that one up, I was like, I wonder if this is really them because I see it every once in a while where like some like third party band or something somehow gets their song on like a band's profile, and I was
See
like,
that?
all right, let's see what this is, and I had to go double check on Instagram before like I played it just to make sure, but
It was
definitely
real.
yeah. It's also just a goated name, like because we've lived in the generation of all like the club mixes, and now that's what I call music. What are they up to? Like at least like 70 something probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it like works perfect.
That was the inspiration.
Yep. Yeah.
Also for the artwork too. We were just like, let's just make it like the now that's what I call music.
Yeah,
And a little piece of lore with that. That was the working title for the song. And
It was working.
and it was working really well, so we just kept it.
that's awesome. What were there like? What would have been like a potential name for that song had you not stuck with the working title?
I know one of them was Dance with Me, which was like one of the newer Blank songs. So we look really weird doing that.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the lyrics?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Dance with Me, like
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that happened, and then that's why we kept calling it Hot Club. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, and then we just stuck.
Yeah. Plus the name Dance With Me didn't really fit the like display case style. It wasn't like hard enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because Hot Club Dance Mix Volume 7's hard.
That's
like-
that is very hard.
that might have been lyrics too.
Yeah, that was
Honestly.
before we had lyrics, but it was just absurd enough. And I feel like the songs like that song and the next song that we're coming out with, which is Heathens, was they're kind of like a departure a little bit from what we usually do. And so yeah, we just went with that name. We're like, oh, let's just make it silly and have fun with it and see what happens. So
Yeah.
plus it looks good on like maybe some like huge Spotify playlist would grab it and be like, oh well, this is
It's Hot Club Dance Mix Volume 7. They have 6 other ones.
we're just gonna
It's gonna
play
be good.
Yeah, we're just gonna make this. We're just gonna play this 40 times at a mall in California. So, which didn't happen yet, but
Yeah.
you know, you
Still
win.
waiting.
You win some,
Yeah.
you lose some.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth didn't hit a home run every time.
Just wait for the one guy that like is building like an EDM playlist or something and just grabs it because it's a Hot Club mix. And
He's
finds out later.
gonna be pissed.
But yeah, solid song. And obviously, you know, by the time this episode's out, the next single, Heathens, will have been out, which people will notice not only like a departure, like you said, from the normal display case sound, but a little bit different than the Hot Club song. I gotta say, it's such Heathens is such a sick song. It took me back to, and I mean this with all due respect, and I hope you guys are fine with this comparison, but it reminded me of the first time I think I listened to Animals by Nickelback.
All right.
Yeah.
It kind of took
yeah.
me back to that moment in like such a good, just like amped up way, because the way that song starts, you just geared up, and you know it sets the tone for the whole night, whether it's, you know, your pregame song or not. But like this song, I think is very close behind that one as being like a nice like amped up song, just because like it's so fun at the beginning, just with the dispatch voice trying to catch you guys. Like it just sets the whole tone. It's great.
Honestly, like around that song, we had been listening to, well, for one thing, Heathens has been a demo with us for like years now.
Long
time.
And it was originally like potentially going to be like a side project because we thought it wasn't display case. But we were always listening to like the Animals, Nickelback, Red Theory, what are some other like Freed.
Mm.
And we were just kind of like, man, this music still hits. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it kind of got a bad rap, but
Well, the Nickelback documentary came out, and I watched that, and I was like, oh man, these dudes seriously rip. Like these guys rip so hard. They just got too famous. That's what their problem was. But yeah, so like I know it started maybe like 3 years ago.
I got done recording early, and we recorded like a straight up
over.
country version of it. And to make it like display case, we almost double timed it, I think.
Yeah.
And while these guys were listening to Nickelback, I was listening to like Aerosmith, and that's like my first favorite band was Aerosmith, and so those drums came naturally once we sped it up.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the original name?
Backroads. So the original name was called Backroads, and Carter and I were like, we like went out to the bars one night or whatever, and we were just like, dude, let's write a country song. Let's write it right now. And we're like in this bar,
Like writing lyrics.
and then singing the lyrics. And we're like, oh yeah, this is gonna hit.
Was it Walking?
It was we're at this place called Kenny's, and we were just like belting out we wrote the chorus, and we were just belting out this chorus, just pissed drunk.
They're surrounded by like suburban cowboys too.
Yeah. And
They all loved it.
but like for years though, that first year it was just kind of like Carter had the riff, and then we'd kind of just like play it at practice
And then sound checks.
and just kind of mess around with it, because we were going to release it, like Dylan said, we were going to release it as a side project, and the side project band name was going to be called Gun Rack and not Display. And yeah, we just like we went to there's a what do you call it? What's it?
Ritters?
Yeah, so there's like this festival in northern Iowa that we've played a couple times, and it's called Ritter's Ranch Bash. Shout out Cody Ritter. And the first year that we played it, we showed up, and like it was billed as like this dude has this big farm, and he has it's his birthday, and he has bands playing. You could camp. There's a burnout competition. He has like his own like figure eight mud pit built in his backyard on his back lot.
It's literally like a movie.
Yeah, no, it's
really.
it's like one of the coolest things ever. And like it's like a mini like rednecks with paychecks, if anybody knows what I'm talking about there. But So we first pull up and like we back the van in and we set up our merch and we're just kind of watching the surroundings. Like there's burnout competition going on, people are drinking, whatever, having a good time. And we're just kind of chilling. And I was observing these two gentlemen in front of us, and they were, sharing a Jack Daniels bottle, and they were like lighting up a blunt. And when one of them wasn't looking, the other person, his buddy, snuck up behind him and straight up drop kicked him in the nuts.
Like
Like
yeah.
full power.
No,
Like
full
WWE.
power WWE drop kicked him in the nuts, and they beat the living piss out of each other right in front of us. But then they got back up and
And they just kept
Yeah,
drinking.
I kept repeating until like the whiskey was gone.
yeah,
Actually,
and that's when I wrote down in my phone. I wrote down the line, "Getting high and swinging low." And that was in my phone for 3 years. And now that is the first line in the chorus of the song. And that essentially that place inspired us to be like, okay, this song would totally hit at Ritter's Ranch Bash. So we need to actually make this a display case song. And that's kind of what we went for.
That was the mold of the song. Was like, will the people at Ritter's Ranch Bash like this song?
Right.
the place is nuts. Like we were playing with Switchblade Saturday, so shout out to them. And Ben, their drummer, was setting up his drum kit. And then there's a car doing a burnout. I think a burnout like right kind of close.
It was stuck in the mud.
Yeah, well, it got out of the mud and it got within like 5 feet of his back as he was setting up his drum kit. And me and Zari, just like I think you were there too, was look at him and too late to do anything. And the car stops and just goes, and he had no idea. But he almost got ran over, him and his drum kit, and he had no fucking clue.
It's like, thank God it's not my drum. But it's super cool. If you're ever around and you hear of a place called Ritter's Ranch Bash
In Charles City.
in Charles City, Iowa, and you just need to go look up on Facebook and Instagram Cody Ritter and go, because it is so fun.
Yeah, it's north of Des Moines. Are you still in Minneapolis or Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're halfway there.
Yeah. If we get it next year, we'll hit you up.
Yeah.
You gotta come
Dude,
down.
hell yeah. That sounds like a wild time, because like whenever I think about like these backyard like parties and festivals and things, one, I think you guys probably are familiar with like Skatopia, where like that turned into like a whole thing, and then I think there was like another one, I want to say more like Tennessee or something like that. Like there was this big one that happened out there that I think there's like a Vice documentary episode about one that happens down there, and like that one was fucking crazy too. I've never gotten to experience anything like that, so yeah, if you guys play next year, definitely hit me up. I'll drive down for it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Vice would get their ass beat at Ritter's Ranch.
we have
cameras. No
we
cameras.
have a like a behind the scenes documentary. I'll try to send it to you on Instagram after. His brother did it. It's called like Everything But the Show. So
Right.
you can see some of it. In there.
It's a super fun video.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you in the next 24 hours.
It's on our YouTube channel, and it's like everything leading up to the show, and like there's like crazy clips and stuff, and like there's dudes that have like a 2000. There's a guy that has like a 2005 Ford Focus that has he drives it into the mud pit, and which I'm assuming he was completely sober.
No.
And he drives it straight into the mud pit, and the mud is up over the windows. And he gets out.
He's standing on top.
He's standing on top. He's like, dude, I gotta go to work. And so I'm like, buddy, ain't nobody going to work tomorrow.
Going to work.
Yeah. But no, it's really fun. It's called Everything But the Show, and it's on our YouTube channel, and you can watch it. And it's us.
Yeah.
And we're just kind of going through everything but the show. So yeah, check it out.
Like we kind of mentioned a little bit ago, how Hot Club Dance Mix and this song Heathens are more of a kind of a departure from like the normal display case vibe that we've seen in the past. Like, which route are we kind of more going towards? Are we going more like this Heathens route, or is it going to kind of be a mix between like this Hot Club and Heathens going forward?
think a mix off because we have some like demos that we're messing around with now, and it sounds like a mix. Like the
Yeah.
next one that we're working on, I mean, it's not close to being done at all, but it sounds like kind of pop punky, at least the drums and guitar. So I don't really know. It's weird because we've always done EPs, and now we're just like we're just not. So,
Yeah, I think after Last Generation, like, we're completely DIY. Carter records us everything. He mixes and masters it. Like all of our music videos we do ourselves, and Carter edits. Carter basically does everything. He does everything, but doing the EP, that last EP, we got like some like towards the end when we wanted to release it, it just got to some like major crunches and was just like kind of burnt out. And we're basically like, let's just release singles for a little bit, get back into like taking as long as we want with the song and just enjoy it. Like, if we want to release a single, we don't have to lead up to an EP. And I think really the last three singles, which is I Am, Hot Club, and Heathens, were just like really refreshing to make because they're all kind of their own thing. It's a little different part of us, and we didn't have to feel like they needed to be cohesive. And I mean, I don't even know. Like, I mean, in this day and age, you really can just release singles and be all right. But I think, kind of going into this next writing session for us, it's like more refreshing because we got that out of us, and who knows what'll happen. But it was just really nice to mix it up for a while.
And I think we're also at a point too where like we don't try to hit a point of like, let's do a song like this. It's just like we start writing a song and whatever direction it goes in, that's where we go. We get Hot Club Dance Mix Volume 7, and then we get Heathens, and then we get some hardcore punk song or a pop punk song or a slow song, like it we don't really try to hit a certain goal.
It's so fun too because like we'll make the music and then I think the last three singles Jordan's kind of you wrote them as you recorded for the most part. I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like something in my head like I'm just like guessing what I think it will be based off of what the music sounds like, and Jordan just comes out of like left field and it sounds so dope. So it's really group effort.
And it's my birthday.
It's birthday today, even though it won't be when this comes out.
Well, I know this is kind of running.
You're gonna look dumb.
Yeah, I know this is kind of running on. But one little funny part about Heathens is so it started out as is going to be a country spoof, and we decided it was going to be a display case song. There's two things. I showed it to my brother, Logan. What's up, Logan? And he's been like our day one fan, and I showed that demo to him a year before we decided it was going to be a display case song, and it was just guitar and drums. And I was like, yeah, we're working on this. Check out this country song we're going to write. And Logan listened to it, and he's like, yeah. I mean, it sounds country until Joey comes in and is just beating the shit out of those drums. And that's when, like, I don't know about these guys, but that kind of like put a bug in the back of my brain. I was like, maybe Joey's the reason why this isn't a country song. Because Carter and I were singing and writing lyrics, and you have no idea how hard it was to get out that country twang while we were trying to sing.
We have to be put in check.
It's like Frank.
Joey was the moderator. He had all goal sessions to make sure that there's no country twang in anything.
I can't do it. Well, therefore, back to like I was saying, Aerosmith's a good balance of almost country, but still like some pretty hard, kind of funky.
Yeah.
And I will say, I've had somebody tell me that the live version, the country kind of comes out more than the studio version. A little bit.
It's good. I usually can't hear my monitor anyway, so.
Then we just lie to him afterwards, like, wow, sounds. We played it just like it is on the recording, dude. You're nuts. But yeah, so that was my 2 cents on it. There's a lot of lore behind this song, and it's really fun because we've been playing it we've been playing it at shows before it's released, and like people really seem to enjoy it. And it's just one of those things where you're like, man, this was so close to not existing at all. And I can't believe like I can get people clapping and stuff, like people are running around stomping their feet, doing like the 1 foot stomp to it. And it's like, this is great. I love it.
Dude, like I said, it's a good song. It gets you hyped.
Yeah.
One of the things I really loved about it too is like I had mentioned earlier, you have the dispatcher at the beginning kind of talking about running plates and how you guys are speeding off. I love that it's not a random plate. It is your guys' actual van plate. If anyone looked at the picture on Instagram, Rock Hard is the plate. Obviously missing a couple letters in there, but I just love that little like that tie-in, like makes it fully yours and doing it that way. And then I also loved the cop phoning in of like they're going 110, 120, 130. Those damn heathens. Like that was really nice to put in there too. I feel like it really just. I mean, like I said, it just really reminded me of that Nickelback song, especially with those two in there, just like really tied it in. Which one of you
That
was
was an
doing
homage. The second part was an homage to the movie Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Lord.
The getaway scene.
Okay. I haven't watched that in a while. I have to do that.
Dude, that's a good one.
Jordan
It's
watches
such a
it
good
every
movie.
month.
Oh, man. Oh, Eleanor.
I have realized with that movie, I think the last time I watched it, it fully clicked that it has one of the longest like intro credit scenes in like any other movie that's out right now.
It's that early 2000s where it's just, oh, wow. And all the letters are flying in.
Yeah. Like you can
Dude,
literally
hell
start that
yeah.
movie, go make popcorn, and come back, and you still won't miss the first
Dude,
scene.
right. And Nicolas Cage gets some in a car.
That is
That's
true.
pretty hard.
That's hard.
Yeah. Especially with that stick shift in the way, man. If you know, you know.
It is literally hard.
It is quite literally hard. Yeah.
But who's the one that gets to play the officer in this song and is Unit 12 calling in to dispatch?
Oh, yeah, that's me. So that's me. And that's where if you can hear that twang coming in. And I was Carter, because we had this much time to fit this many words in. And I was like so frustrated by the end of the night. I was just like, Unit 12 is dispatch. And I was just they were like, all right. And then Carter's like, oh no, it's kind of twangy in there. And I was like, Joey will be fine. Joey,
And fun lore fact: I am the one in the beginning doing the.
Oh, you're dispatch. Okay.
I'm dispatching.
he's dispatch.
Even though it sounds like it is a girl, it is me.
It's just a coincidence that Carter sounds like a girl sometimes.
Well, it's pitched up. It's pitched up like
We pitched
just a
up.
little bit. Semitones.
Yeah.
I also love that that you guys aren't armed and dangerous. You guys are hard and dangerous.
Hard
in there
and
as well.
dangerous.
I had to go back and like rewind it a couple times to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, the rock hard hard rock, we really just like ran with it as like a branding type thing. And it's almost like a play on like what I think anyway is like people take their genre like way too seriously. And I don't know, it's just been fun. Like we got the license plate. People love the license plate. I have no idea how I got the state of Iowa to approve that license plate. I think I wrote like because they make you say like what does it stand for, and I wrote Rick Hurd on there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Rick. Rick Hurd.
If the people come around, that's
Something out of curiosity.
Yeah, with my credit card on it. But yeah, definitely one of my biggest accomplishments was getting that plate from the state of Iowa. So
Yeah.
apparently Jeep guys get it a lot.
Get rock hard or custom plates.
They get rock hard the
Oh.
rock hard license plate.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. They're
That is
they're
crazy.
always
That
going
no
up
one
to
else has
Moab.
taken that.
Yeah. It's
But yeah.
also I just love that you guys like did that for your van because everyone always like every band I know of names their van, but to give your van custom plates, like that's a whole other level.
Yeah, I take care of the van because my day job is a mechanic, and like I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I've spent way more money on that thing, making sure that it stays on the road and is reliable. And at that point, I can't remember, one of us was talking about it and we are like, oh, we should get custom plates for it. And I was like, it's like $50 a year. And I'm like, all right, if it
Worth it.
part of me was like, there's no way they're gonna take this. And then they had like, oh yeah, we'll take it. Then they just take the money out of my account. And I'm like, crap.
But we do have a nickname for the van though.
Yeah.
It's
We
the
do.
it's the beef submarine.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the beef submarine.
Yep. Named after a sandwich at some diner we stopped at one time.
In Waterloo.
Waterloo, yeah.
They,
That
they,
place is terrible.
they didn't get the memo that nobody says submarine. They say sub. But I had a sandwich called the beef submarine.
That is now the name of the
And I
band.
have yet to live it down. So, I guess that was a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of good ideas or bad ideas or bad coincidences, if everyone remembers back in, I think it was June for sure. Yeah, I think it was June. There was this big band by the name of All American Rejects that was doing pop-up shows across the Midwest. For the people that live in Minneapolis, they did it at Memory Lanes. They did 2 shows. I didn't go. I wasn't going to stand in the rain to get in for I mean, I would have went to the show, but standing in the rain around the building, fuck that. But unfortunately, if you were, like a lot of bands in the area, you probably had a show that night, and you probably got kind of screwed over by the All American Rejects posting a pop-up show. I know that happened to the 4 of you, because they played 20 minutes away in a barn outside of Ames. Shitty. But people still at least went out to your show from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just had to capitalize. Like if they're gonna take
yeah.
take some of our pull, we're gonna get some TikTok views off of it.
Well,
Yeah.
me and Joey and Carter went up there after the show because it was an early show. Like in Des Moines, we have early shows and late shows because of the laws or whatever. I don't know.
Stupid.
But like, it was funny because I mean that happens, where it's happened to us multiple times where it's like, okay, we have a show this night, but this other band has a show, and it's usually like another local band or a bigger regional, and we're just like, and we're usually like, it'll be fine. Like no, we're good enough. People come out to our show, and then at like noon that day, somebody was like, All American Rejects pop-up show in Ames, and I was immediately like,
Oh,
we cannot compete with the All American.
Oh, and the All American Reject show was $5 to get in. Ours was 10.
But it worked out. I had a follow-up TikTok about it, and we had a really good crowd and we had a good time, and then we busted out of there to go up and try and get it, but they like shut it. Something happened.
It was like 10 minutes before we got there. The county sheriff shut it down. Won't let anybody else in.
The man.
Well, I saw something that like ambulances showed up or something like that, so like they cut All American Rejects ended up cutting their set short by like 1 or 2
they had to
songs.
cut out like
Couple
last
songs.
2 songs.
Hopefully-
Somebody had like a medical emergency.
Yeah.
I think everything ended up being all right.
All
but
right, that's good.
yeah, and I heard it was crazy because they were like telling people to turn around, and people like once they started basically like bum rushed and just broke through kind of thing. So
Oh jeez,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's kind of a crazy situation.
I
But
heard 5,000 people showed up tonight.
yeah,
Holy crap!
Well, it was
crazy.
nuts. Like,
Speaking of, yeah,
because like I saw people like obviously you guys are in Des Moines, that drive to Ames is not that bad, but I saw people that live like south of Des Moines that were like, it's a 3-hour drive. As soon as it got announced, they were like hauling ass for that 4 hours just to try and get in.
we walked past some people like when we were all getting turned away, and this dude was like about ready to crash out, and he's like, "We just drove 2 hours, and they're telling us we can't go." And it's like, that's not my problem, man. Like,
yeah.
chill.
Sorry, bro. But yeah, apparently, I mean, it seemed like a success. That whole tour seemed like a genius idea.
Yeah.
So, but also, All American Rejects our TikTok went viral and they never commented on it.
We had like 500,000 views. They had to have seen
They
it.
had to have seen it. Like, come on, just one. We're not even mad.
The singer
Right.
it's Bowling for Soup saw it.
Yeah. He commented on it.
Yeah, the dude from Bowling for Soup commented on it, and I'm like, okay, if that dude saw it, then Tyson Ritter definitely saw it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
hopefully the next time they come in town, they'll finally hit you guys up, and you guys get to open that show instead,
There we go.
or they'll open for you, whatever works.
Yeah.
I would poop my pants. But yeah,
Uh,
super cool.
Hold on, I just had a thought. I lost it. That's okay, because that happens on the Beers with the Van podcast because we drink beer and thoughts go away. But yeah, at least you were able to kind of still have a good show out of it, and people still gave a shit. I didn't realize Des Moines was. I haven't played or gone to a show in Des Moines in so long, so I didn't know that they had like weird like hours for shows. I guess.
It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
It's
It has-
been around forever.
Yeah.
Everybody says they want to change it, but nobody ever does. I think
Yeah.
it's just like nobody considers it a priority, so they just never changed it. But
Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of like, what is it? Like, it has to do with like it's around minors being in bars, and so like the venues around town they have, so you have the early show, which is all ages, and
Which is
that's
5 to 9.
5 to 9, and then the late show is 9 to bar close, which is
But it sucks because the doors will open at 9, then the music starts like 9:30 or 10. And like, I don't know, I want to be in bed by then. So it's
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Like they need to find somewhere in the middle to do that. It's only Des Moines. But if the venue is registered as a bar, you have to follow by those rules.
Right.
But if it's registered as like a
venue.
venue or an event space, and they can get away with it. Something like that, I'm probably totally wrong. But I don't know, it's super, super dumb, and I think it hurts bands for sure. But I don't know. We make it work. A lot of others do.
yeah.
It just a pain in the ass.
We try to get that 8 o'clock spot.
Yeah.
That 8 o'clock spot's a sweet spot. So they're just buzzed enough, and then usually, I mean, sometimes the early shows work out great because you're like, yeah, we're going on at 7, and then people are like, oh, cool, then we'll go bar hopping afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So it's kind of a roll of the dice on whether it's going to work or not. So, but we seem to be doing all right with it.
Yeah, obviously you guys have been dealing with it, so you guys had Flick Your Way. I remember like Iowa City for the longest time was like 10 o'clock was the minor curfew for shows. So like if you want to do it all ages, they usually had to be done by 10:30. And then it kind of had like a gray period where it was like 10 to like 11:30. You could be like I think 18 to 20, and then if you were caught in there after like 11:30 under 21, then that's when you kind of get in trouble, which is really hard when like I remember one time I had a friend's band go on. I think the show started at like 10. They didn't go on until midnight, and I'm like, guys, you guys are really fucking me over here.
Yeah.
That makes my back hurt.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
so good.
Just hearing you say that made my back hurt.
Dude, even friends here in the Twin Cities, like they'll play on like a Thursday, and I'm like, okay, what time's the show start? And they're like, oh, the show starts at like 10. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna make that one. Like,
Yeah.
there's
no way, man.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I would
It's past
have
their bedtime.
I would have gone. I don't know what your problem is.
I gotta get up early. It sucks.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
Go work at your job. Just quit.
Yeah, you're
Screw
right.
it.
You're right.
What are they gonna do? Beat you up?
True.
I mean, that'd be worst case. That'd be a crazy scenario. Beat up at my job. So hopefully not. But yeah, it's just wild, some of the shows. But thankfully, there's if a show's done by 10, 9:30, even better. But like done by 10, that's like the sweet spot.
exactly.
Right on, yeah.
Totally agree.
So obviously, Heathens, by the time this episode's out, is going to be fully out. I know, obviously, we kind of mentioned you guys are on like this single kick, as you guys are kind of, almost refining yourselves, having more fun, or trying to find that joy again. I mean, you guys have been doing this band for over 10 years now, which is one, I think I talked about it on the last episode, is it's amazing to see you guys still doing the thing. Compare, like, we were all kind of in the scene at the same time, and I've watched like so many friends, and you have too, just like their bands kind of dissipate. But it's sick to see at least one of the bands from that era still like doing stuff.
Carry on. Display case will never die.
Yep. 16 years, by the way. It'll be 16 years this year.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's crazy.
Stupid. It's stupid.
Like if it was a kid, it could drive right now.
That's crazy. Okay, let's calm down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Take that one back. But
If
obviously,
anybody
you know,
asks, we've only been around for a couple of years. But yeah.
But you're on this new single journey. Like, what's the plans for after Heathens? I know it sounds like you guys got a few demos in the works.
We've got some
yeah.
new stuff in the works.
Yeah, we got new songs.
Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do after that is play shows if we get them, and then in like October-ish, I'm gonna lay drum tracks down, and then just after that, we'll kind of do each instrument on its own, I'd say. So yeah, probably just one song. I'm not gonna rush anything. That's the point of the singles, right? So just
Yeah.
record one song and then just take it piece by piece and go from there and just play shows when we get them after that.
I think we thrive best when we're just focusing on one song
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
Like just polishing it to the best of our ability gets the best result.
Right.
So I think that's what we're trying to do from here on out, at least for the foreseeable future.
I also think with 2026, we're really hoping to play more outside of Des Moines again. Really, 2025, we took it pretty easy on that, which was nice because we got to work on other stuff. But definitely talking a lot more about that for sure. Just to, it's nice to take some time off from getting on the road and paying for hotel rooms and being old dudes, but definitely miss doing that too sometimes. So it'll be fun. We definitely released a lot of music this year, and excited to kind of get back on the road.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, we'll get Display Case up to Minneapolis. I don't have floors that you can sleep on, but I definitely got some couches you guys can crash on if you guys don't want to get a hotel room.
There you go.
You keep me posted. But I love this whole, like, how you guys are talking about these singles and how you guys are utilizing them as, like, you know, taking your time on them and doing that. Because I know that the new model nowadays is, you know, release a single every few months, kind of do that rather than releasing EPs and full lengths. But I've never had anyone mention, like, we're doing it to kind of get things out of our system, kind of how, like, Dylan, you mentioned earlier, of, like, you know, getting some of these different versions of Display Case out of your system, finding that kind of fun again. I love that you guys are wording it that way, because, like, not everyone else that I'm talking to they're just so set on, like, this is how we kind of got to do it, this is what we're doing now. But you guys are, you know, taking it back to find Display Case again. I love that.
The fun part about it, especially with like talking about how unique Hot Club is, like when Display Case first started, we were like a pseudo funk rock band. Like we had some straight up like funk songs, and I used to do like a lot of like slap bass and stuff like that. And so it's definitely like come full circle, and not by like any like intention. It just happened that way. So really it's kind of like what Display Case was in high school. We just played whatever we wanted, and we definitely had some kind of country sounding, at least covers back in the day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't wait to see what the next single or, as I normally say, like, iteration of Display Case is going to sound like. You know, because obviously from Hot Club, I am to Hot Club to Heathens, it's a nice little roller coaster of genres through there.
Yeah, thank you. See, like, and none of those would fit on an EP. That'd be a really weird EP. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're great
Uh,
singles.
Yeah, perfect. You know, as we wind down here, because I know someone's got some birthday celebrations to do tonight. Hopefully, you know, don't get too wild tonight. But if anyone's looking for, you know, the infamous merch, music, or Display Case in general, actually, scratch that. Before you say that, it has been 2 years since you guys have been on, and I got to ask this question again. I can't remember if I asked it at the end of the last one, but I've been asking it on all the most recent episodes. Since the last time we talked or display case in general, what's been your guys' favorite moment or highlight that you got to experience so far?
Mine's been the All American Rejects thing because that was just like dumb luck. Because
That's a good one.
yeah, like just a little bit more backstory to that. We were like bummed, but like we were gonna make fun, have fun with it. And the doors weren't opening yet for sound checks. I was like, hey Jordan, just film it real quick to make it look like nobody's here. And we did, and that was just fun because we got like our streaming, all our numbers went up, which was cool, and it was really refreshing. That's
Honestly, I think for me, like just recording and working on these last three songs, like we really hit our cycle with creating the stuff where especially as we get older, it's so hard to find time to do all of these things and coordinate all of our schedules. And the fact that, we did these three songs and made a music video and have done like the artwork for everything and just kind of like seeing every person in this band take on these responsibilities and step up to do stuff. And it's just been really cool and kind of feels like, when you're 16 in a band, you don't really know what it's going to be like when you're 30 in a band. And this is what it feels like, I think. And, we just take our time and, even talking about like when we're going to drop a song, it's kind of like, no, that weekend doesn't work for me, or I don't have time. We won't have time to get that done by then. And it's like, all right, well, let's just look at what about this weekend? Like we don't have any timelines to follow except our own. So, yeah, this last year has just been cool to do all those things together, work together as a band.
I think the highlight of the last 2 years is we've played a lot of really cool shows. Like to highlight Ames, we played at this place called the A-Hole a couple times and had like the best shows of my life, at least.
it's like an American Pie movie.
Yeah,
It's like the best shows of my life.
movie.
Yeah.
And like people go crazy. I think we sounded great, and it was such a blast to do that. And along with all the other shows we've done in the past 2 years, there's none that stand out as, oh my God, that was horrible. Like there hasn't been a bad one.
And the cool thing too, just to piggyback off what he's saying, is like within the last year and a half, this has been the most that I've seen people sing the words to our songs by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, especially showing up to like a city we haven't played and playing like newer songs, and people are like, we're just like, holy shit, why do people know the words?
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? There's way better stuff.
Why aren't you listening to Nickelback?
Yeah. Man, what's been my favorite thing? I don't know. I think I'd probably have to say, I don't know if I said this before, but I know I've said it at one time. It's just still the same thing for me. Like there's so many times where, you see bands and like they don't necessarily like each other. They're just together because they play music together. And like I just every day I'm grateful that I can one play music and two do it with my best friends. And I know how pop punk that sounds, but like
In our hometown.
it's in our it's pizza. But when you really think about it, it is absolutely insane that me personally, how I feel that I was able to find something that I can enjoy and do it with people that I like to be around. So
You're super lucky.
that's
lucky.
incredibly lucky. So yeah, like I don't know. It's just also if you're in display case, it's a 24-hour roast fest. You're just getting lame.
It's not for the weak.
98% of the population could not handle it.
No, absolutely not. If I hear scroll up one more time, I go through the fucking roof when I hear when Dylan says scroll up after I send a TikTok.
Scroll up, Boomer Boy.
It drives me absolutely nuts. But no, I just think we're in a great position where we all like each other. Nobody's afraid to say, "Hey, that sucks," and like that's kind of where it's like, "Oh, let's try this, let's do that, let's do this, or let's go play this show. It'll be fun, or whatever." So, no, I'm just lucky to have what we have and the people that we do it with, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean, you get like you see it every once in a while with a band that's been like so in tune with each other, but obviously we've done two of these. You guys are probably the one band that is so much in tune with each other. I mean, you guys have been together for 16 years. Not a lot of bands can say that, for one. Not a lot of bands can say that they've been friends with the same people for 16 years. So that takes a lot right there.
I don't want to, trust me.
It's just how it is.
It's just how it
We're
is.
constantly trying to hate each other.
It just doesn't ever work.
It's like, man, I couldn't say this around anybody else.
Well, those are all great moments, and hopefully we get to do another one of these in not 2 years time. We'll hopefully do a senior catch up a little bit more. But now I'll ask the question: if anyone's looking for merch, music, or display case in general, where can they find it?
Definitely start with our Instagram. We're the most active on there, and you can get to our link tree from there. Merch is on Bandcamp. Don't trust us on that. Like, we're pretty inconsistent, but if you buy it, we'll probably ship your stuff out.
And if you DM us, you'll get
send us a DM.
You'll get an accurate in stock list.
Because the message goes to Joey, but then the money goes to my account, and then
Dylan responds.
But then Dylan's the one that responds.
Carter's busy working on literally everything else.
Yeah,
And also, merch wise, we're not very consistent because I handle it. And I think at least at one of the last shows, I forgot like 70% of the merch on. So
That was the All American Reject.
my name was there.
We had a little mouse infestation in our merch, but we're all clean now.
Yeah, it got washed.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
there's a great TikTok that documents us finding the mice and
We found one of them. There's a total of 7, but we got them.
humanely disposing of it with
But yeah.
with a hammer.
With a gun.
Instagram is the best place to catch us. We're super active on there. We do have a Facebook, but Facebook's kind of like lame a little bit. So,
But what isn't lame is TikTok.
Oh yeah,
Follow
we're
us on
super
TikTok.
active on. Well, we're pretty active on TikTok, and if you ask us, we're really funny on TikTok.
Yeah. It's honestly ridiculous how we are not.
It's insane how
Huge.
funny we are.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane how funny we are.
We're basically the world of T-shirts of Des Moines music.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Imagine if World of T-shirts and Daniel Larson combined, that'd be our TikTok.
Basically.
What does rock hard mean?
I can see this is going to go down a rabbit hole, so I'll just try and wrap it up here for everyone.
Yeah,
to
you
save
should
some
probably.
time.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad.
But everyone go listen to Heathens, go listen to Display Case, go follow them on all the socials, and be ready for new music, new merch, upcoming shows. If you're in the Des Moines area, keep an eye out. I know you guys have probably a handful of shows slated for later this year, on top of shows that are probably happening right now. Obviously, you guys play this Saturday, but this episode comes out afterwards. Time's a construct, so don't count me on that one. But one last big thank you to the 4 of you for coming back on and taking the time out of your Thursday to talk about your band.
Yeah, dude, thanks for having us.
Thank you for keeping this up. We always love coming on to talk with you, and I'm always finding new bands to listen to on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate the hell out of that. Some days are, as you guys probably know, some days are harder to make content than others. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Makes it all worth it. But also getting to sit down and have good conversations like this and have bands on there putting out some sick stuff definitely makes it worth it too.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
But like I said, everyone go listen to Display Case, and I'll catch everyone on the next episode. See you.
Peace.
With